My cousin practically tackled me at my brother's wedding. Is your mom wearing a wedding dress? I felt my blood go cold. What? Your mom? I just saw her in the hallway. She's in white, like full bridal white. I had to see for myself. I pushed through the crowd of guests, and there she was, floating down the corridor in the most extravagant wedding dress I'd ever seen in my life. Full train, veil, the works. More elaborate than the bride's simple, elegant gown. I booked it to the groom's suite, nearly slamming into the door. Jack, we have a problem. He looked up from adjusting his cufflinks. What's wrong? Mom's wearing a wedding dress. My brother stood frozen in the corridor, his face going pale as he processed what I'd just told him. They'd been together for 7 years, spent thousands, 200 guests waiting, and our mother had turned his wedding into her personal runway show. He pulled out his phone with shaking hands and started texting Melanie not to come out yet. That's when I stopped being her daughter and became Jack's sister. My mother has always believed every room exists for her grand entrance. When my sister got her master's degree, Mom spent the entire graduation dinner talking about how she made it all possible by giving birth to her. At Jack's med school acceptance, she threw herself a party with a cake that said, "Proud mother of a future doctor." Jack wasn't in half the photos, so we learned to work around her. My sister started having 2 parties for everything. Jack stopped sharing good news until after it happened. I just went quiet. Then Jack met Melanie, this sweet kindergarten teacher who somehow saw the best in everyone, even my mother. Mom spent 7 years trying to break them up. She'd crashed their date nights with fake emergencies and told Melanie's parents Jack was exploring his options. When they got engaged, she wore black to the announcement dinner like she was attending a funeral. She told everyone she was mourning because her son was leaving her. But as the wedding got closer, she seemed to calm down, or at least we thought she did. Jack had begged her to behave. He'd even bought her a beautiful navy dress, and she'd agreed to wear it. We all felt relieved. Maybe she'd finally accepted that Jack was building his own life. We should have known better. I went back out to see the damage. She was holding court near the altar, surrounded by horrified relatives, adjusting her veil like she was the one getting married, because in her mind, she was. She brushed past an aunt, spinning slightly. "Oh, this old thing? I just thought it would be nice to feel included." I watched my brother through the doorway. His shoulders slumped as he kept texting Melanie. That's when it clicked. I could either let her ruin this day, or make her the center of attention in a way she'd never forget. I grabbed the largest wine glass from the reception setup. "Fill it to the top," I told the bartender. He hesitated. "All the way?" "To the brim." I made my way through the crowd of whispering relatives, the glass so full I had to walk carefully to keep it from spilling. Mom was still holding court near the altar, one hand on her hip, the other adjusting her veil. I needed the right angle. Too far and it wouldn't look like an accident. Too close and I'd have no momentum. I positioned myself 3 feet to her left, just behind her shoulder. Close enough that when I moved, it would look natural. "Mom," I called out, turning my body toward her while extending the wine glass outward, like I was gesturing to get her attention. She spun around at the exact moment I stepped forward. The wine left the glass in a perfect arc. I watched it happen in slow motion, the deep red liquid catching the light from the church windows, spreading out as it traveled through the air. It hit her chest first, then splashed upward across the bodice. The fabric absorbed it instantly, the crimson stain blooming across the white like spilled ink on paper. The train soaked through dark red where the wine spread. I dropped to my knees, the empty glass still in my hand. "Oh God, Mom, I'm so sorry. Your beautiful dress." I let my voice crack. Tears started falling. Drama club finally paying off. She stood there frozen, wine dripping onto the church carpet, staining the white runner beneath her feet. Her mouth opened, then closed. For the first time in my life, my mother had no words. She couldn't scream without ruining her image as the gracious mother of the groom. She couldn't cry without smearing her makeup. She just stood there, dripping, looking like she'd lost a fight with a vineyard. She missed the entire ceremony driving home to change. 4-hour round trip. By the time she returned in the navy dress, Melanie and Jack were married, photos were taken, and the reception was in full swing. Every single guest had seen her humiliation. The best part came later. The maid of honor slipped me her phone showing a text from Melanie. Oscar-worthy performance. Then a week later, a package arrived at my apartment. A bottle of expensive Malbec with a note. For the best wedding gift we could have asked for. M and J. Mom's been showing everyone the wedding photos for months, sighing dramatically. "Look how beautiful everything was, and I'm not in a single professional shot because of that horrible wine incident." She wanted center stage so badly she missed everything.